Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about depression and anxiety. Now I know these are two very highly emotive subjects, and again I'm not trying to be a doctor, I'm not trying to give you medical advice, and I'm certainly not suggesting that you don't go and see a doctor when you need to. I'm just using this channel to let you know what I've researched, the results of that research, and actually my own personal experiences, because I've suffered from these myself. So what is depression and anxiety, and are they the same things? Well, they're both mental health conditions and they both have lots in common, but there are subtle differences. So I've tried my best to separate them out for you. Anxiety means you're more ramped up, there's more tension, more irritability and more helplessness. Depression's slightly different, you feel sadder, lower, there's more guilt kicks in when there shouldn't be, worthlessness and hopelessness. So I suppose those are the two key words that I've used to differentiate the two. Anxiety is more about helplessness and depression is more about hopelessness. So let's deal with the science bit first. We have an automatic nervous system. This is connected to your brain and it actually coordinates the activity of your organs, your blood vessels, your glands, your blood pressure, brain function and emotions. Now this is actually split into two, your parasympathetic nervous system and your sympathetic nervous system. So your parasympathetic nervous system is all about rest and digest. Your sympathetic nervous system is all about fight or flight. I'm sure you've heard of that term before. The key thing here is these need to be in balance, and if they're not, that's when we get mental health problems. So what causes the imbalance in the first place? So something is damaging your nervous system and your brain, and there's three things that can cause this damage. If the body's damaged, then your nervous system and your brain will be damaged too. So what if this is actually the root cause of depression and anxiety and not some chemical imbalance? Again, I'm just asking the question, I'm not an expert and there's lots of research to do on this. So if there's three things that are causing damage, how is that actually happening? Well, the three things are chronic inflammation, and this is caused by toxins, poisons, herbicides, pesticides, heavy metals, chloride, fluoride in your water. Now your body can deal with these like one-offs or maybe short duration exposure, but when you're constantly bombarding your body with them, that's when it can become overwhelmed, and yes, of course, your brain will be affected. Chronic stress is another one. This is stress from outside influences. Always remember, stress is caused by unresolved issues, and I have got a video on my playlist about this that'll give you lots more information. The third one on the list is oxidative stress. So this is basically a diet. This is when you're taking in trans fats, sugar, additives, preservatives, processed foods. Again, short duration or one-offs, your body can deal with it quite adequately. But when you're constantly bombarding your body with it, it's going to be affected, inflamed, and of course that's going to affect your brain as well. So these all damage and cause inflammation. But what actually gets the damage and what are the symptoms? Exposure to toxins, poisons, stress, sugar, trans fats, they all damage the gut lining, your immune system and your brain. Now all these are very closely interlinked. If you damage one, you will affect the other. So being stressed out and inflamed, you can't sleep, your circadian rhythms are constantly out of sync. If you're constantly inflamed and stressed and you poor sleep, that also pushes up your blood sugar, your blood pressure, your heart rate, and there's lots more muscle tension as well. No wonder you're going to feel depressed. If we are constantly inflamed and stressed, this also means that our immune system is compromised. This leaves us more susceptible to illness and disease. Now, we struggle to heal and repair in this situation. Our libido suffers, we can't concentrate, and as uncontrolled negative thoughts spiral out of control. On top of all this, we actually eat to reduce the impact of depression and anxiety. It's a form of self-medication. Just think about it logically. You wake up, you feel depressed, down and low. You feel you've got no energy, so you need to eat something to boost that energy up. And the perfect food that you think is sugar and trans fats and carbs, processed carbs. But it's actually not. You just basically need that dopamine hit to feel good, and that's the perfect food to make you feel that way. But again, it's a false feeling. It's a quick high, but it's a long drawn out low. Also, we spend too much time in bed when we're depressed and we're anxious as well. And then we start hitting more on IT. This is where you get into your TikTok scrolling, your Facebook scrolling. You're just creating dead time. Then at the end of it all, you feel bad about it and you know that you haven't achieved anything. It just makes you feel worse. So what if these are the real causes of depression and anxiety and not some theoretical chemical imbalance? Here's my challenge, here's my call to action to you. Give a healthy, holistic, natural approach to mental health a try. Your mind and body are actually crying out to repair itself. If you give your mind and body the tools, the care and the food it needs, and watch the results with regards to your mental health. First thing is to improve your sleep. Now check out my playlist on sleep. There's about 70 videos on there, and it goes through the whole range of sleep, improving your sleep, from creating a sleeping sanctuary, your pre-sleep routine, your diet and nutrition. Just check that one out. Also exercise as well, hugely important with regards to mental health. Again, it doesn't matter what you do, just do something, pick what you enjoy. Also getting sunlight and natural light into you as well, that's really important for mental health. The number one thing with regards to nutrition is getting sugar and trans fats out of your diet. Also, try and practice mindfulness, meditation and deep breathing techniques. These work wonders for mental health as well, especially if you are currently suffering from depression and anxiety. Try music for meditation and relaxing. This was a big one for me. It's something called solfeggio frequencies. Just do some research on that and pick what works for you. Again, this is all about experimentation, trial and error. You've got to pick what suits you best. Never forget to feed your brain with the right foods as well. Your brain is made up of proteins and soluble fats. So good, soluble, saturated and unsaturated fats is what your brain needs. Omega-3s, good electrolytes like magnesium, potassium, calcium and good quality salt. Again, do some research into these foods and find out what works for you best. Your mental health will thank you for it, I know it will. So things like sugar, trans fats, processed carbs, we know now they all damage and inflame the brain. That's what you need to remove from your diet. Remove the bad guys, replace it with good. Remember, you are what you eat. It's actually very true, and your brain is no different. Sugar, trans fats, processed carbs, once digested, will be fed into the body, organs and muscles, but also the brain. The brain is no different. Chronic stress is a precursor to anxiety and depression. So please check out further playlists and video shorts where I'll explain how to effectively manage and prevent stress. Okay, I'll leave it there. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye bye for now.